Bang you in there. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, family. Climb on in. We finna get started in a second. We got Uriel teaching the class today. Friend in word or in deed. Hallelujah. Y'all climb on in. All praises.
This dude.
The more the merrier.
The more the merrier. You know, we gotta get the detail. Hallelujah. Oh yeah.
All praises. Hallelujah. Lee, shalom, shalom, sister. How you doing? Y'all climb on up in here. I know we usually go live a little earlier, but look, it's been a whole lot of spiritual warfare. Feast day after feast day after feast day. Y'all know it's an 8-day feast, and yeah. Brothers are most definitely need some sleep and some rest around this deal. Thank y'all for the Shabbat though. Y'all climb on in. They all came in at once. Todd Tully, shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom alaikum, brother. Troy Thomas, Marcus Yisrael, Eliyahu. That's my son name. I like that. Eliyahu, shalom, shalom. Benjah, shalom, shalom. Mel, shalom, shalom. Who else we got up here? Chaim, shalom, shalom. How y'all doing? Climb on up here. Uriel finna teach a amazing lesson. Y'all see the title. Whenever you see titles like this, it's gonna be a lot of bombs getting dropped. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's definitely get some pens and pads and hold on to your seats.
Hold on to your seats.
Barakayah, shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom alaikum. Adam, Shabbat shalom alaikum. Anointed 777. I like that name. Yeah, shalom, shalom. Solomon Mack, what up, my brother? How you doing, beloved? We finna get this started. So we're gonna start off with the prayer while y'all climbing on in. Simply J, my love, shalom, shalom, Queen. What's up with you? Y'all climb on up in here. So you ready, bro?
I'm ready.
All right, let's get this prayer in. You praying in? You want me to do a round of prayer?
No, you do.
All right, we're gonna pray on in. Come on, Nee. Get this prayer in, a little taste.
No, you want to take the jacket off?
Look how you like, man, why you keep pressing me about this jacket, Alba?
I'm gonna get hot.
All right, let's get it. Okay. Yabareka Yahweh Beish Merika Ya'er Yahweh Pana Elika Vikuleka Yahweh Pana Elika Ve'asem Shalom Ve'asem Shalom Yabareka Yahweh Ve'ish Merika Ya'er Yahweh Pana Elika Vikuneka Yahweh Pana Elika Ve'asem Shalom Ve'asem Shalom. Amen. Hallelujah. 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 The Most High shall bless you, and the Most High shall keep you, and he shall shine his face upon you. He will bless you, and he will keep you, and he will partake unto you peace. Hallelujah. 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 Amen. Amen. Hallelujah. That was Maccabee. Let me see that. Call him back from your phone.
I couldn't get the code to turn it off.
It's cool. Call him back from your phone.
Who you need me to call?
That was Malaki.
Malaki.
All praises, family. Y'all see what's on the board. My beloved brother got a beautiful lesson prepared for us. So y'all make sure y'all get y'all pens and pads. Whip them deals on out. Because whenever it's talking about a friend, it's talking about love.
That's right.
Or hate.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's good that y'all document this and y'all get this down. All right.
Shabbat shalom, family. How y'all doing?
Shabbat shalom. I'm feeling good, brother.
All praises. I hate I miss the family doing the feast of dedication. I hate I didn't get to see the Out of Town guests, but most I willing. Next feast day I get to lay my eyes on you.
And you most definitely was there in spirit, bro. I'm telling you. Like the spirit that led in the building, boy, you was most definitely a part of that.
All praise.
And everything was calm, mellow. The spirit went forth. It went nothing but love shown. Everybody was embracing each other. We got to meet a lot of new people. So you most definitely was in the building, bro.
All praise.
Shout out to all those people that traveled here from out of town, came a mighty long way to honor the feast with us. And the service to our culture and our Elohim.
Hallelujah.
People that still there.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
They staying out the whole week. And shout out to the people that just came in. We got some people that hit me up this morning that are in Indiana. So want to be around to do the closing out of the feast.
Hallelujah.
All praise. That's beautiful.
Our family that travel near and far.
Yeah, we supposed to be going bowling today. Bowling, shooting pool, you know, throwing some darts. So whoever want to get whooped on, you know, y'all more than welcome to come. Straight up. All right, let's get it. Where you want me to start at, bro?
So look, we're gonna start in 1 Samuel chapter 18.
All right, 1 Samuel chapter 18, family. Type in y'all nines when y'all get there. We get this started. Again, this is friend and in word or in deed. We.
That's right.
We. Sounds very interesting. All right, let's get it. So we'll start at verse 1 through.
Yeah, we're gonna do 1 through 4.
All right. Type in y'all nines when y'all get there, family. When y'all get there, say amen or Yahu. We'll get it started.
All praise.
All right, let's get it.
So remember, the title is Friend in Word or in Deed. Chapter 18.
Oh, my bad, y'all. 1 Samuel 18, sister. 1 Samuel 18, 1 through 4, y'all. 1 Samuel 18, 1 through 4. Give me some amens and Yahu's when y'all get there and we get started. We'll cheer it for y'all. And again, it's called Friend in Word or in Deed. We.
Yes, sir.
Straight up.
So the question is, how many people believe that they have friends?
I believe I got friends.
You got friends? How do you know you got friends? How do you know they are your friends? That's the question.
Yeah, that's
almost definitely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I love brothers, but from what I'm reading in scriptures, a friend is better than a brother. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we're gonna get to it.
Let's see if we really got friends.
You ready?
All right, come on.
All right, I'm in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 18, starting in verse 1, y'all. And it says, and it came to pass when he had made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David. Right. And Jonathan loved him. Jonathan loved him as his own soul.
So look, this came after when David had the battle, right? So Saul was jealous of David. Because Saul was the king during the time, right? So David is like his right-hand man. He came back from the war and everybody cheering him on because he killed what? 10,000.
Yeah,
10,000. Saul only killed 1,000.
Yeah.
So everybody looking at David like, man, look, that's the guy. So Jonathan, he see David, he's like, look, that's my dude. So his soul became knitted with him and they became one. He loved him like his own self.
Hallelujah.
That's why Christ said, look, treat others how what you want to be treated. Love others like what you love yourself. Yeah. Jonathan understood that. He loved David like he loved himself.
All right, verse 2. And Saul took him that day and would let him go no more home to his father's house.
Come on.
Then Jonathan and David made a covenant.
Made a what?
Made a covenant.
Come on.
Because he loved him as his own soul.
Just like Christ, right? He made a what?
A covenant with us.
He made a covenant with us. It was a what? A blood covenant. Yeah. Anytime you make a covenant with each other, y'all have stop. Y'all making an agreement with each other, a contract. Y'all bonding something with each other, right? Jonathan made a covenant with David.
Remember what they used to do, y'all? Where they used to like prick their fingers and call themselves blood brothers.
Right. I forgot about that.
That's probably where they get that stuff from.
Straight up.
All right, verse 3.
But look at the love that Jonathan had towards who? David.
Yeah, David.
Even though Saul was mad at David, Jonathan wasn't.
Yeah.
Like we make excuses. We make excuses just because he's mad at this person. I'm not gonna kick it with him because he mad at this person. Jonathan didn't have that kind of mindset. He understood the reason why his father didn't mess with David no more, because what God was with David.
Yeah.
He understood that.
Yeah. And if you peep, it was like pure hatred.
Pure hatred.
David ain't did nothing to this man.
Nothing.
Like if you actually read them stories, David didn't do nothing. He honored, and then he still honored him too. We in 1 Samuel chapter 18. I'm at verse 3. All right. It says, then Jonathan and David made a covenant because he loved him as his own soul. And Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was upon him and gave it to David and his garments and his sword and to his bow and to his girdle.
So look, Jonathan gave David everything. Remember, he's a prince, right? Because his daddy is a king. David is nothing but a servant. You got the prince giving everything that he owned, that he saw was what valuable. He gave it to a servant.
Yeah, that's deep. Hey, that's deep in itself. And then, you know, we seen that David rose to be king. So it was like prophet, you know what I'm saying?
Prophetic,
right. Prophetic. And that's deep and whenever you give somebody your sword, you know what I'm saying? That means so much because that's what you use to protect yourself with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that lets you know that he was straight in trusting David with his life anyway. That's deep.
And then it's like, if you look at it, also, he just like, look, none of this really, I got so much love for you. Like, look, none of this matter. I would give it to you. Yeah. I would give you the kingdom.
Yeah, that's deep. That's deep. All right, verse 5.
Come on.
It says, and David went out with whithersoever Saul sent him and behaved himself wisely.
Right.
And Saul set him over the man of war. And he was accepted in the sight of all the people and also in the sight of Saul's servants.
So look, everywhere that Saul sent David, David behaved with wisely everywhere he went. And he was a hitman for Saul.
Yeah.
He was a straight hitman for Saul. And he understood that Saul was mad at him and jealous of him, but he didn't hold that against him.
And he still took orders.
He still took orders from him. Like, look, you still the king. You still king. Come on.
All right, verse 6. And it says, and it came to pass as they came, when David was returned from the slaughter of the Philistine, that the woman came out of all cities of Israel, singing and dancing to meet King Saul with tabrets, with joy, and with the instruments of music. And the women answered one another as they played and said, Saul have slain his thousands and David his 10,000s. And Saul was very wroth.
He was what?
And he was very wroth. And they saying, and the saying displeased him. And he said, they have ascribed unto David 10,000, and to me they have ascribed but thousands. And what can I have, and what can he have more but the kingdom?
Now look, see how jealous Saul was. He was jealous because what? David killed what? 10,000. He only killed 1,000. So now his mindset, like, look, now only thing else he can get is what?
The kingdom. Yeah.
Remember, he's the king. Now he's what? Jealous. He's mad. He don't want David to be what? King.
Yeah. And then he seen all them women coming out of all the coverage for the cities. They playing and dancing with their little music. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yeah, King Saul, great job. But King David, amazing job. So you can just imagine how he feeling, boy.
Right. Yeah. It's like, look, I'm the king.
Yeah. Yeah. It's verse 9. And Saul eyed David.
He did what?
And Saul eyed David from that day and forward.
Come on.
And it came to pass on the morrow that the evil spirit, from God came upon Saul. That the evil spirit from Saul came upon, that the evil spirit from God came upon Saul.
Come on.
It says, and he prophesied.
So look, you got to, my fault, bro. Now, it lets you know, like, you got to be careful when you being mad or jealous of somebody, because what? The Most High will turn you over to that spirit that you entertain. Hey, Noah, handle your business. The Most High gave Saul an evil spirit just because he was jealous of who? David. That's why you got to be careful of who you envying and who you being jealous of, because the Most High will turn you over to that spirit.
Yeah, so by you being jealous, covenant, or envy, it literally opened the gateway for Hashatan to take seed in you.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Let me read that again. It says, and it came to pass on the morrow that the evil spirit of God came upon Saul, and he prophesied in the midst of the house. And David played with his hand as at a other time, and there was a javelin in Saul's hand.
Come on.
And Saul cast the javelin, for he said, I will smite David.
I will what?
I will smite David, even to the wall with it. And David avoided out of his presence twice.
So look, it's like, why is Saul trying to kill David? Why is he trying to kill David? Remember, it's like, look, David was his hitter. He knew David was a killer. Yeah. He knew he'd do anything that David wanted him to do, he'll do it. But it's like, why are you trying to kill this man? Because he was jealous.
Yep, and then evil suspicion overthrow your judgment. Yeah. So he got an evil eye towards him. Remember, it said he eyed him from that day forward. So he have an evil suspicion for his friend, a person that ain't never done him wrong, a person that love him, a person that listen to his every command, but he have an evil spirit towards him. So in his head, he became an enemy. He became an enemy to David. He like, I'm David's enemy. David looking like, man, I ain't done nothing to you. You my king. You see that? So that lets you know, that just lets you know that when you looking at somebody, you envy somebody, or you have hatred towards somebody, it literally bring on that murderous spirit. And that's why the scripture tells you that, okay, it's cool that you're not a murderer, but if you hate your brother, you might as well be a murderer. That's a murderous spirit.
So because what happened in the beginning?
Yeah, same thing. Same thing that happened in the beginning with Hashatan and Christ. Same thing that happened in the beginning with Cain and Abel. I mean, look, we can keep going down the line. We can keep going down the line. It's
always been that battle between the brothers. So that's why it's better to have a friend than a brother. Mm-hmm. Not saying like, not saying like, no, you don't need a brother. I'm just saying it's better to have a friend than a brother. Because even with the Messiah, he said, look, I no longer call you servants. I'll call you what?
Friends, yeah.
Because a friend is going to tell you everything up front. Yeah. A brother will go behind your back.
Yeah.
Right? It's always been a battle between the brothers. It's always been a battle between the younger brother and the oldest brother.
Yeah.
There's always been jealousy.
Print Blake, Holy Spirit departed from Saul, ? Yes, it did. It most definitely did. And then it shows you how he started messing with spirits of divination and everything. Once the spirit left him, this dude started doing wicked stuff just to hear Yahweh again. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, he got killed in the battle, remember?
Right.
So yeah, the spirit most definitely departed from him. If you have the Ruach HaKodesh in you and you want to lose that energy, you want to lose the Holy Spirit, the first thing to get it going is hatred for one another. Yep. Because remember the two greatest commandments, to love Yahweh with all your heart, mind, and soul, and to love your brother as you love what? Yourself. And whenever we say brother, we see the Bible come from a masculine entity or a masculine principle. So it always say man or it always say brother. But when we say man or brother, this actually talking about the sisters too. Right. So always remember that. It's just you can't teach the Bible from a feminine aspect because the Hebrew won't let you do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's talking about the sisters too. All right, verse 12. It says, and Saul was afraid of David.
Come on.
Because Yahweh was with him. Let me read that again. And Saul was afraid of David because Yahweh was with him and was departed from Saul.
So that they
Brent Blake, there go your answer right there, brother. Right there.
So look, we're going to hold it there. And we're going to jump over to chapter 19.
Okay.
We'll start in verse 1.
All right, so I'm in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 19. We're going to start at verse 1. Shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
I'll wait for y'all to get there. We in the 1 Samuel chapter 19. We starting at 1.
Now, y'all see Saul is jealous because the Most High is what? With David.
Yeah.
Right? The Most High is with David, and he departed from Saul.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful when somebody is jealous of another brother, and then they trying to get you in the midst of that. It's like, look, they could be jealous of their brother because God is with him. They trying to get you to get involved in it.
Yeah.
Your whole thing is to what? Have a discerning spirit to understand like what's really going on.
Yeah.
Why are you mad at this person? Why are you mad at this person? Don't just jump on the side. Just like, look, have a discerning spirit. You might be getting into some crossfire that you don't know nothing about.
Yeah.
And then you taking on a judgment, and you might get the same judgment that person gonna receive from God for talking about the man of God.
Ooh.
So you gotta be careful.
Yes, you do. All right. So this is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 19, verse 1.
Come on.
It says, and Saul spake to Jonathan, his son, and to all his servants, that they should kill David.
They should what?
That they should kill David.
So look, now you got Saul, he's talking to Jonathan. Remember, Jonathan and David got a covenant with each other.
Yeah.
Jonathan is not going to break a covenant that he just made with David.
And notice the wicked counsel. Notice the wicked counsel. Whenever somebody jealous of another brother, when the Most High is working with them, they always try to find people to have a counsel with, to talk about that brother to.
Yeah.
Notice it says that he picked his son. He found his son Jonathan and the servant. So he's holding a wicked plot and counsel and scheme against David to kill him for what reason? We haven't read in one record where David had wronged Saul, have we?
At all.
You see that?
Even that. Go ahead.
That's why you see those words that David had in the books of Psalms that people don't tend to read all the time, like 109. You know what I'm saying? When he's saying that he's praying for the fall of the church.
Yeah.
They hated me for my love.
Yeah, hated me for my love. He said they hate me without a cause.
Without a cause. And David was faithful to Saul. David had slipped up. David wasn't a friend after a while, but look, before that, he actually was a friend to who? Jonathan. Yeah. He kept his word with John. Come on.
All right. So verse 2, it says, but Jonathan, Saul's son, delighted much in David.
He did what?
He delighted much in David.
Come on.
And Jonathan told David, saying, Saul, my father, seeketh to kill thee. Ooh, I'm gonna read that over for y'all. So that's deep. It says, but Jonathan, Saul's son, delighted much in David.
Come on.
And Jonathan told David, saying, Saul, my father, seeketh to kill thee. Now, therefore, I pray thee, take heed to thyself until the morning, and abide in a secret place and hide thyself.
So look at Jonathan. He's telling Saul, Jonathan telling David, he's like, look, my father is trying to kill you. Saul could have easily be like, you know what? Yeah, you right, Daddy. Since you trying to kill him, I'm gonna kill him. Yeah, that's deep though. He loved his best friend so much. He basically told the secrets of his daddy. Like, look, my daddy done hold a wicked counsel against you and finna come hit your top. Exactly. Now remember, we have to keep in mind here that he's the king of Israel at this time. So he got hitters on deck. So he's like, look, you better go hide yourself. Because once he sent out an order and a decree, it must go forth. That's deep. And
man.
and let you know, he like, look, I'm not gonna take my father's side because what? I know my father's wrong. Yeah. I know my father is wrong. I got your back. Look, my father's trying to do this. My father's trying to do that. Just like with the Messiah, right? He came and told us all the secrets. Yeah. He called us friends, right? Friends tell you what? Secrets, right? Jonathan told David what? A secret. Yeah. David wasn't there during the time when Saul had this counsel. Jonathan went to David. It was like, look, my daddy trying to kill you, bro. Look, you need to go hide yourself. Yeah. That's true love. That's a true friend. Yeah. That's a true friend. Come on.
All right. Go ahead, Nick.
I was just saying, we were talking about this yesterday. A true friend, you call your people up, you call your homegirls up, and if somebody trying to keep you in the debauchery and the madness and the messiness, that's not a friend. Right. Somebody you call and you sit there railing on other people behind their back, that's not a friend. You going to that tail bird, Mason, and all that. You taking wicked counsel and making a turn mode, riding, you know what I'm saying? You doing all bird off witness, I guarantee you.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we have to look at that word tail bearing. If you go to that Ezekiel, right? And it talks about how Satan fell from the heavens due to the pride. A lot of people don't know what the pride was. When you look, it was because the iniquity of his traffic. You look up that word traffic, that word in Hebrew means rakil. That means to tail bear. So that's what he was doing. He was going around speaking about Christ and speaking on the Most High to the other angels in the heavens. That's why he fell. So tail bearing and talking about one another and holding wicked counsels about other brothers and sisters behind them backs is the very reason Satan fell from the heavens. Right. That's a great sin, y'all. Y'all realize that's one of the first sins that happened in existence, period. So we have to make sure we watch that, y'all, for real. Watch who you putting your mouth on.
That's just a one, like you said, a true friend. You know, this, a true friend won't add himself to wicked.
Yeah. Right.
He'll stand apart from it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so if somebody, this is corner example. If somebody talking about Uriel, right? I mean, hold on, who you talking about? Uriel? Brother with the glass?
Oh, let's call him up.
Let's call him.
Yeah.
That's a friend.
Right.
And then take it in, and guess what? It don't tell you.
Yeah.
If they do tell you, but who told you? So I can go out at that, you know what I'm saying? So I can face my accusers.
Right.
Yeah. That's not a friend.
Yeah.
A friend will always guard you, even when you ain't around to guard you.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Hey, look, I'm gonna keep it 100. A Negro wouldn't even be comfortable coming to me talking about him because they already know. You shouldn't even be comfortable even calling me talking about one of my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't gonna even, you shouldn't feel in your right minds that you can even get that off, because you already know it's gonna come with some backlash. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to hit the 3-way. Most of the time, it don't even get to other bros. I shut it down right then and there, and I don't even tell the other bros. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna defend them and shut it down right there. So hey, it ain't no point of calling him. You know what I'm saying? You said what? Well, I ain't see that, and quit trying to change my position or my perception on how I look at different brothers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They change the narrative, then they gonna jump.
Exactly. Exactly.
They stop rapping with you.
Yeah. All right, verse 3.
Come on.
It says, and I will go out and stand beside my father in the field where thou art, and I will commune with my father of thee, and what I see that I will tell thee.
Come on.
And Jonathan spake good of David unto Saul his father.
Now look, Jonathan is speaking good, right, to his father about David.
We in 1 Samuel, y'all, chapter 19. We at verse 4. 1 Samuel chapter 19, verse 4, family.
Look at how much love that Jonathan had for David. He went to his father and spoke good of David. He could have spoke evil of him, just like his father spoke evil of David, but he didn't. He went to his father to what? Bring peace. He went to his father to be the peacemaker. Hey, look, Daddy, let me holler at you about David. What is it that David done against you? It's a good brother.
Yeah.
I got nothing but love for him. What is it that he done to make you want to kill him?
Now, who's defending their brothers like that?
Exactly.
Or who's entertaining and giving in? You know what I'm saying? And it's so easy to give in to that.
Yeah.
Especially don't let no drinks and no weed be around. You will find yourself actually entertaining and talking stuff too. Or laughing at it, and which is still sin according to Leviticus.
Yeah.
Leviticus tell you that if you partake and you seeing that stuff and you don't shut it down, you will get and receive the same judgment as those who's doing the sin.
Exactly.
That ain't no friend. That means you're leading me to hellfire. How are you my friend? Talking about our other friend.
Right. And we supposed to be friends.
Yeah.
Right.
And then look, and the meaning of ak or brother means strong defense. So even a brother's supposed to protect you, and that ain't supposed to happen if that's your brother. Now, if friend is more important and better than a brother, that is 10 times more valuable. So even if ak means a strong defense, somebody that's supposed to protect you, you need help, sister, get anything, or you cool? Okay. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
So look, check this out. So if brother, which means ak, which means strong defense, is way more is a valuable word, and then the word friend is way more valuable than the brother, then how a friend's supposed to conduct himself when he's not around you? Right. It's all good when we're together, but will you protect me and uphold me and defend me when you're not around me though? That's a friend.
That's a friend.
The things he do when we not in each other's face.
Right.
You see that?
And just like with the Most High, just like with God and Christ, just like, look, Christ called us his friend, right? It's like we tell each other, like, yeah, man, you know, I done did this. You do righteous acts in front of each other. But it's like, okay, look, when you ain't around, the real you is how you act when nobody is around.
Yeah.
That's the real you. How you act when nobody is around. So look, all you doing righteous acts in the dark. We can do righteous acts in the light all day.
Yeah, but
that's cool. Facebook.
You doing it when ain't nobody looking though.
Yeah, when ain't nobody looking, or you doing righteous acts, or you doing anything that's righteous. That's a true friend. To where you like, you know what? I need not to do that. Ain't nobody around, but you be like, I need not to do that.
You know what that let me know too, bro? It ain't no such thing as playing in neutral. What happened? Look, what happened if Jonathan would have played this situation neutral? David would have got killed. David would have got killed, man. So all that I'm neutral, that's not in the Bible nowhere. That means you're lukewarm. You either have to choose to be on the righteous side of the coin, or you're gonna choose to be on the wicked side of the coin. You're gonna choose to be with the ones that's tail bearing and not being good friends, or you're gonna choose to be with the ones that haven't even did nothing. So this lets you know just by really reading this story that there's no plain neutral, because if Jonathan would have played neutral, David would be dead right now.
Exactly.
Straight up.
Been straight dead, because he's playing what? Neutral.
Yeah. Lukewarm. All right, verse 4. It says, and Jonathan spake good of David. Jonathan spake good of David unto Saul his father, and said unto him, let not the king sin against his servant. Let not the king sin against his servant.
He said, look, don't kill David. David ain't done nothing.
Thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt not
kill. And this is spreading. This is spilling innocent blood at this point.
Exactly. Too. Because he hasn't done anything against him.
It says, let not the king sin against his servant, against David, because he have not sinned against thee.
Because what?
He have not sinned against thee.
He said, look, David ain't done nothing against you. Don't kill him, because that blood would be on your hands, and then it'll fall on to me.
Ooh.
Right? Because if the head of the household kill anybody, that goes down the whole house.
Calamity fall down. Yeah.
Goes down the whole house, just like with David, right?
Yeah.
David killed Uriah, and the Most High said, look, that sword will not depart from your house.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take your son. So not only did he kill his son, now we killing each other still from that very sin that David committed.
Yeah. That's why Absalom was what? Trying to kill his daddy.
Yeah.
He done won the hearts of all these people. Now they went out to try to kill David, and David told everybody who was following him, look, we gotta go.
That's right.
Because look, I already know that the sword is not going to depart from my house because what I did.
Yeah. I'm gonna read 4 again. It says, and Jonathan spake good of David unto Saul his father, and said unto him, let not the king sin against his servant, against David, because he have not sinned against thee, and because his works have been to thee work very good.
It said, look, all the works that David ever done, they've been good works towards you. So why are you trying to kill him? Come on.
Verse 5. For he did put his life in his hands and slew the Philistine. And Yahweh wrought a great salvation for all Israel. Thou sawest it, didst rejoice. Therefore, then, wilt thou sin against innocent blood to slay David without a cause? That's deep.
Hold up, bro.
It says, and Saul hearkened unto the voice of Jonathan, and Saul swore.
He did what?
And he swore.
He said, look, that's why the Most High says what? Do not swear. Let your yea be a yea, and your nay be a nay. Soon as you make that swear, that's an oath. Now Saul just said here and told Jonathan, I swear, right? Come on.
He said, and Saul swear, as Yahweh liveth, he shall not be slain. And Jonathan called David, and David showed him all those things. And Jonathan brought David to Saul, and he was in his presence as in time past.
Come on.
And there was war again, and David went out and fought the Philistines and slew them with a great slaughter, and they fled from him. And the evil spirit from Yahweh was upon Saul.
Come on.
As he sat in his house with his javelin in his hand, and David played with his hand. And Saul sought to smite David, even to the wall with the javelin.
And look, he just told his son, I swear I ain't gonna kill David. Right? He just said, look, I swear I ain't gonna kill David. But now David is in front of him. He got this javelin again. He chucking at David again, trying to kill him. All because he's jealous of what? The Most High is with who? David now.
And notice too how the Holy Spirit and the spirit of divination or the spirit of Hashatan move. It leaves and it come back. Because it left him when he swore he was cool. Right. All of a sudden, soon as David went back to war and killed more Philistines, they said the spirit jumped on him again. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we need true deliverance from Hashatan and his kingdom. You know what I'm saying? You can't be playing around with him, because he'll leave you, and then when he come back, he bring what? Seven more. Straight up, bring 7 more. It says, and he smote the javelin to the wall, and David fled and escaped that night. Saul also sent messengers unto David's house to watch him and to slay him in the morning. And Michal, David's wife, told him, saying, if thou save not thy life tonight, tomorrow thou shalt be slain.
And remember, Michal, that's Saul's daughter, right?
Yeah.
So, that's Saul's daughter, Michal. So now she's telling David, like, look, you need to go, because if you don't leave, my daddy is going to try to kill you.
Yeah. And this lets you know it was a straight wicked spirit upon Saul. All his children is against what he's doing right now.
All of them.
And it's like, but to show you that a demonic spirit is uncompromising when it comes to choosing to do righteous. You know what I'm saying? He see the signs. You got your son, the heir to your throne, telling you, no, you doing wrong. You falsely accusing this man, and you trying to murder your brother. Right. You got your daughter who you gave to this man, telling you the same thing, and you have so much of a wicked hatred spirit on you that you're not even reasoning and listening to the Ruach or listening to the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying? You thirsty for blood, and you hate him without a cost because you jealous. Like jealousy and being covetous and envious, boy, that is like demons of all demons, because it leads to break all the other commandments.
Yep.
It leads to break them all. You know what I'm saying?
You break one, then you broke them all.
Yeah, it is. It is, because
is the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like in order for you to steal, that means you covet what somebody had. In order for you to kill, that means you covet what they had. You hated them that bad. In order for you to commit adultery, you covet that man's woman. You know what I'm saying? If you go through all the commandments, all of them, the root key to them is covetousness. That's deep.
There y'all call that envy.
Yeah.
So what's the Negro's greatest problem?
Yeah.
Envy.
He's very envious.
He wants everything. He wants his oppressor's ways. He wants the enemy's ways. He wants the last Mohican way.
You sure right, boy.
He want it all.
And then look, and this is why the Negro, he's so envious. He wear everybody clothing. You know what I'm saying? Gucci, Louis, Prada. He listen to everybody music. Right. He bowed to everybody gods and pagan gods. Celebrate every holiday. You sure right, NehemiYAH, boy. The Negro is envy because he lost his identity. Yeah, I agree with that. All right, verse 12, it says, so Michal let David down through the window. Come on. And he went and fled and escaped. And Michal took an image and laid it in the bed and put a pillow of goat's hair for his boister. Did I say that right, bro? Yeah, for his boister. That just sounds weird, boy. And covered it with a cloth.
So look, so the question is this. It's like, look, how many of y'all got that much love for a friend where you cover their tracks?
Yeah. Just like how they let Paul escape. You know what I'm saying? They covered his
tracks. Just like, look, that's a straight friend. His wife is his friend during this time. She straight took an image, put it up under the cover, and act like that was her husband, so he can get away out the window.
Y'all see that on the white movies when the girl want to go to a party, she skip out the window and she make up this thing in her bed like she really in the bed, but she ain't.
But she ain't in there. Hey, but straight up, but like, how many of us was straight? How many of us have a friend like that, or how many of us are a friend that will straight cover your brother or your sister's tracks?
Yeah, that's right, family. They say that's straight loyalty.
That's what loyalty.
That is. And remember
only
this.
In righteousness?
Yeah,
only in righteousness. Only in righteousness. Only in righteousness.
Loyal to wicked.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, most
definitely. You said that, brother.
But you see, this is a righteous act because what Jonathan told his daddy, like, look, don't kill him because that's going to be what innocent blood. Innocent blood. It's righteous what she's doing. Yeah, she's covering up what her husband's tracks. Come on.
It says, and when Saul sent messengers to take David, she said, he is sick. And Saul sent messengers again to see David, saying, bring him up to me in the bed. Look at this. This dude's so wicked. He like, bring the whole bed.
Bring the whole bed.
He's sick, bring the whole bed. We're going to end him right there. Ain't that deep? That's how much bloodthirsty he was for this innocent man. All right, he can't get up out of the bed. Bring the bed. Hey, that's deep, boy.
That's how much hatred he had towards this man. He said, look, bring the whole bed with him in it.
That's mind-blowing, bro. It says, and Saul sent messengers again to see David, saying, bring him up to me in the bed that I might slay him.
Come on.
And when the messengers were come in, behold, there was an image in the bed with a pillow of goat's hair for his boister. And Saul said unto Michal, why have thou deceived me so? And sent away my enemy.
My who?
My enemy.
How's he your enemy?
He ain't even done nothing.
He ain't done nothing to you at all, but he's your enemy.
And let you know, look, that demonic hatred, that spirit of hatred is a confusion and a dumb spirit. It don't even understand reality. Because if he would have just sat back and thought about it, he'd be like, hey, this man ain't done nothing to me. But see, that spirit of hatred and that spirit of envy, that demonic spirit is delusional. It creates false realities.
Straight up. It'll straight have you loving your enemies and hating your friends.
Yo, boy, say that again.
It'll have you loving your enemies and hating your friends.
That is deep.
That's just how it is, man. We get into the mindset to where when you ask somebody a question like, why don't you like me? Like, bro, I don't know. Why don't you want to be around me? I don't know.
Yeah.
And why don't you mess with this? It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. It ain't me then. That's a spirit you battle.
I had a brother tell me that he hated me. After the whole thing happened, this brother told me he hated me. And I said, why? You know what he told me? Because of a lesson you did. I'm like, was the lesson bad?
No.
He was like, no, I just didn't understand it. So you hate me? Straight said he hated me.
You know I remember that.
I'm like, boy, I will never in my life be around you again. You would stab me in my back if I wasn't looking. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of that going on amongst Israel where brothers hate another brother for that brother being him and doing the work and the will of the Father. A sister hate another sister because she have this virtuous spirit in her that you ain't got. When all you have to do is pray and holler at her and see how she got it. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's a real friend or a real brother, they're going to show you how to get it. Don't envy what I got. All right, you want these 10 racks right here? This what I did, and this how I got it. Matter of fact, since you came to me and asked how to get it, let me give you some startup money. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking spiritual wise, just in the physical sense. Let me give you a startup seed. Here go 500. You know what I'm saying? Take that and then take these certain steps that I took. And then when you get your 10, come to me, we can put it together and make 20 and build more. Instead of trying to figure out ways to scheme and get it from me. And then if that don't work, then you bash my name behind my back and make people look at it like it's fake money. Now my money fake. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going on in Israel. And this is a hatred spirit. And this spirit actually causes division amongst the brotherhood. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And if it's division amongst the brotherhood, and remember, we have to teach the Bible from a masculine entity. But when I say brotherhood, I mean sisters too. You know what I'm saying? So if it's a division amongst the brothers, it most definitely won't be friends. Right. Because before you even come to the friend state, you have to be my brother or my sister first. Then we graduate from there. First, you have to be my strong defense. Then you give yourself to me. Right. You know what I'm saying? See, it didn't say that a brother will lay down his life for a brother. It says that a friend will lay down his life for a friend. Before you do that, you have to prove yourself. And that's why the scripture says what? It says you're supposed to test your brother, test your friend.
Yeah, it said prove your friend.
Oh, my bad if we get her.
No. It's good, bro. Okay. No, it tell you, hey, look, prove a friend. You can't just say, oh, yeah, this is my friend. You ain't never tested.
You ain't never test. We just taking on people, inviting people to your houses.
Everybody, right. They're looking at your rib.
Yeah.
Boy, you done let molesters in your crib. Yeah. You just like, you don't know what you done let into your crib.
Hey, straight up.
It's just what it is, man. Hey, look, just like, okay, with the Messiah, do you think he just gathered Peter and them just like, yeah, y'all my friends?
No, he most definitely tested them.
He tested them. Yeah. Everybody got to get tested.
Yeah.
Everybody has to get tested.
Even as Abraham, when you look at Abraham, when Christ came to visit him in his tent, and like that lesson I was talking about, like, dang, what made him visit Abraham's house? I got to looking at my household and make sure, because I want him to come visit me.
Right.
He broke bread with him and everything. And then you start looking, it's because Abraham had his house in order, and Abraham literally was following the commandments. So that means he ain't gonna be in your house stealing nothing. He ain't gonna be in your house looking at your wife. He ain't gonna be in your house envying what you got, sneaking in the back room, saying he going to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? All these are tests. You have to get to know somebody before you let them in. And back in the biblical days, when you met somebody, they straight ran your whole pedigree. Who was your father? Who was your mother? What tribe you from?
Right.
And I need a witness saying that all these things check out before we can even eat together.
Right.
This before you can even break bread, y'all. Let alone come into my house and sup with me. Why we don't have that mindset no more? Why don't we prove each other and test each other anymore? I understand that we lonely and we got something lacking in us, but we be so quick to find people and call them friends and claim them as brothers. And then a year from now, you don't even talk to them no more because they done did some things that you would never do to anybody. Save yourself the heartache and pain. Why won't we save ourselves the heartache and pain? And that's why this lesson is powerful. Like, for real. Or you a friend in word or in deed. For real. Because everybody be like, boy, shalom alaikum, my brother, my beloved. You know, we saying that now, my beloved. Right. It's like, do you know what beloved means? We saying that, but then you talking about me behind my back.
Yeah.
Or if you had a chance to smash my wife, you would. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, man. That's not a friend nor a brother. All right. So you may finish off 17.
Yeah,
17.
Finish off 17. Yeah.
And Saul said unto Micah, why hast thou deceived me so, and sent away my enemy, that he is escaped? And Micah answered Saul. He said unto me, let me go. Why should I kill thee?
Come on.
So David fled and escaped.
Now we're gonna hold it there. We're gonna jump chapter 20 real quick.
Chapter 20. Okay. Yep, chapter 20, y'all.
Chapter 20.
All right, we're gonna go 15 to 16.
Yep.
1 Samuel chapter 20, 15 to 16. Type in amen. Type some Yahuds when y'all get there. All right, we in 1 Samuel chapter 20, verse 15 to 16.
Now we're going to 15. Just take it out. I'll tell you when to stop.
Okay, cool. Verse 15. It says, but also thou shalt not cut off thy kindness from my house forever. No, not when Yahweh have cut off.
Jump back to 12. We're going to jump to 12 so we can see what's going on.
Okay. Verse 12, y'all. It says, and Jonathan said unto David, Yahweh, Elohim of Yisrael, when I have sounded my father about tomorrow, anytime, or the third day, and behold, if there be good toward David, and I then sent not unto thee, and shew it thee, Yahweh do so, and much more to Jonathan. But if it please my father to do thee evil, then I will show it thee. and send thee away, and thou mayest go in peace, and Yahweh be with thee, as he have been with my father.
So look, he was like, hey, look, tomorrow, if my father's trying to do evil to you, I'm gonna just let you go on your way, and may the Most High be with you. Come on.
All right, verse 14, and thou shalt not only while yet I live show me the kindness of Yahweh, that I die not.
Come on.
But also shall not cut off thy kindness from my house
From
forever.
where?
From my house forever.
Come on.
No, not when Yahweh have cut off the enemies of David, everyone from the face of the earth.
I said, look, I wanted to show y'all Jonathan's telling David, like, look, the Most High is going to be with you, right? When you become king, do not cut off my household. I know when you become king, I'm going to die, but look, don't cut off my household, right? Let's see if David kept that covenant with Jonathan. Come on, we're going to go to 2 Samuel chapter 9.
Did you want me to hit 16 or?
No, you ain't got to hit 16. Well, you got to hit 16. Yeah.
So Jonathan made a covenant with the house of David, saying, let Yahweh even require it at the hand of David enemies.
Come on.
All right, so now what we're going
to
say?
Now we're going to go to 2 Samuel chapter 9.
2 Samuel chapter 9.
Yeah, we're going to start at verse 1.
All right, 2 Samuel chapter 9, verse 1. Type in some nines when y'all get there. Y'all say amen when y'all get there. 2 Samuel chapter 9. We starting at verse 1. Yep. All right, y'all ready? I'm waiting on y'all online family. Type in some nines when y'all get there. 2 Samuel chapter 9.
Is everybody getting some understanding? Yeah. Hey, all praise.
Hallelujah. It shows you the requirements of a friend, man.
For real. And
you start looking up, people like, boy, do I got friends?
Right. Straight up. Do I really have friends, man?
Yeah. All right, we good. We there. All right, let's get it. It's this 2 Samuel chapter 9, verse 1. It says, and the king said unto him, where is he? And Ziba said unto the king, behold, he is in the house of Makar, the son of Amiel, and Lo-Debar. Then King David sent and fetched him out of the house of Makar, and the son of Amiel from Lo-Debar. And when Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan,
the son of who?
The son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, was coming to David, he fell on his face and did reverence. And David said, Mephibosheth. I'm gonna say that. Mephibosheth, that sound better. Mephibosheth, verse 6. If anybody know how to pronounce that, let me know too. Until then, I'm gonna call it Mephibosheth. Mephibosheth. Yeah. All right. And David said, Mephibosheth. And he answered, behold, thy servant. And David said unto him, fear not, for I will surely show thee kindness.
That was what?
Surely show thee kindness.
Come on.
For Jonathan, thy father's sake. And I will restore thee all the land of Saul, thy father.
So look, David kept that covenant that he had with who? Jonathan.
Yeah, that's a real friend. That's
a straight real friend. Do you keep your covenants with your friends?
Yeah.
That's the question. Do you keep covenants? Like even the Most High said, look, in the last days, men ain't gonna be what? Covenant breakers.
Covenant breakers, yeah.
Like, look, don't break your covenant with your friend. He said, look, I'm gonna show you kindness because what? Your father showed me kindness.
That's deep, boy.
I'm gonna give you your father's land. Like, I got your back because what? I made that covenant with your father, and I'm not gonna go back on that covenant.
That's deep. It says, and thou shalt eat bread at my table continually.
Come on.
And he bowed himself and said, what is thy servant, that thou shouldest look upon such a dead dog as I am?
Come on.
Ooh. Then the king called to Ziba, Saul's servant, and said unto him, I have given unto thy master's son all that pertaineth to Saul, and to all his house.
Come on.
It says, thou therefore and thy sons and thy servants shall till the land for him, and thou shalt bring in the fruits, that thy master's son may have food to eat. Then Mephibosheth, thy master's son, shall eat bread always at the table. And Ziba had 15 sons and 20 servants.
So look, Saul's son straight get royalty. His son gets royalty because of what? Because of David.
Yeah, all because of that covenant.
All because of that covenant. He like, look, your daddy had my back. I could have been murdered. I could have been killed, but your daddy showed me kindness, and he let me escape. So now, guess what? I'm gonna give you your father's land because what? He owned everything.
Yeah, that's deep.
Shabbat shalom, mama.
That's deep. All right, it says
there.
We're stopping right there.
Yeah, we're gonna stop it right there. Just going to show, like, look, we have to keep our covenant that we give each other, man. We can't go back on our words. If you're gonna tell your brother, your sister, like, I got you, I'm gonna be there, and you don't be there for that person, it's like, you're not a brother, you're not a friend. A friend keeps a covenant. Christ kept his covenant with us. He said, look, I go to the Father and I'm going to send you back the Holy Spirit. That's a covenant. That's an agreement. That's a promise that he gave us.
All right, where we going next?
Genesis chapter 14.
All right, Genesis chapter 14.
No, what's wrong?
All right, book of Genesis chapter 14. All right, book of Genesis chapter 14. We want to start at 11.
Yeah, we're going to start at verse 11. We're going to go to Genesis chapter 14, verse 11.
All right, let me know when y'all get there, family. Genesis chapter 14. Let me know when y'all get there. Type it, say amen. Type it some nines and let's get it going. All right, we're in the book of Genesis chapter 14, verse 11. Come on. And they took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah and all of their victuals went their way.
So look, this is all the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah, right? They coming together, right? And then they're going to war. Then after the war, they're receiving all the spoils. They was receiving all the spoils from the war.
It says, and they took Lot.
And they took who?
Lot, Abram's brother's son,
right?
Who dwelt in Sodom, and his goods, and departed.
So look, why they had war, they took all the victuals and all that, and they also took Lot. Why they was what? After the war, they took Lot also. Come on.
And there came one that had escaped and told Abram the Hebrew,
right?
But he dwelt in the plain of Mamre, the Amorite, brother of Ishkal, and the brother of Aner, and there was confederate with Abram.
So look, you got this one man, he escaped through the war, right? And then he go back and tell Abraham, like, look, man, they got your nephew over in Sodom and Gomorrah. They got him as a what? As a captive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
And when Abram heard that his brother was taken captive,
right,
he armed his trained servants.
He did what?
Armed his trained servants,
right,
born in his own house,
right,
318, and pursued them unto Dan.
So look, Abraham heard that they got his nephew. He's like, look, it's time for war, right? I'm finna go, get my nephew from over from Sodom and Gomorrah. Like, how many of us, when it comes down to that time for war, that you would actually go to war for your brothers and sisters?
NehemiYAH.
Or would you sit back?
Go ahead.
Oh, or would you just sit back and let things just happen? How many would actually go to war for their brothers and sisters? Like, do you have that kind of mindset to where you would actually go to war for your brothers and sisters? That's just a question for you.
All right, verse 15. And he divided himself against them, he and his servants by night, and smote them, and pursued them unto Hobah, which is at the left hand of Damascus.
Come on.
And he bought back all the goods, and also brought again his brother Lot, and his goods, and the women also, and the people.
So look, he went to war, and he got all the victories, he got the women, and he got Lot back. From what? Going to war for his brothers and sisters. It's like, look, when you go to war for your brothers and sisters, you actually receive what? Benefits.
Yeah. All right, verse 17. And the king of Sodom went out to meet him after his return from the slaughter of Chalamandir, and of the kings that were with him, and in the valley of Shaveh, which is the king's dale.
Right, we're gonna hold it there. All right. Just going to show, like, look, we have to go to war for each other all day, day in and day out.
Yeah. It lets you know, it just lets you know, like, really what you're supposed to be, like what you're supposed to be doing as a friend and as a brother. You know what I'm saying? You must lay down your life for each other. And look, most of the time laying down your life is not physical. You know what I'm saying? Say you busy in your day and you had plans, but your brother needs you, or you willing to stop what you already had planned to go be there for your brother. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people are not willing to do that no more. It's people that will sit in the bed all day and they brother and sister and ran out of gas. You ain't even doing nothing. You gon' just for sleep's sake, you rather stay asleep and not even come help out your brother. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of that going on in Israel. We don't sacrifice for each other anymore.
And we come up with all the excuses in the world. First you say, oh yeah, I got you. And then it's like, you know what? No, I'm gonna just sit back. It's like, what? How you? Go ahead, bro. Like, look, we supposed to keep our word with one another. I'm gonna go to Job chapter 2. Shabbat shalom, my brother.
Shabbat shalom.
That's right, Solomon. Now, yeah, my friend. Yeah, most definitely, my friend. That's right, Solomon said, I'm ready to ride for those who will ride for me and maybe a few more. All praise.
That's right. Yeah, Job.
Yeah, we're gonna go. Go to Job chapter 2 and verse 11 through 13. Yeah, we're just gonna hit a couple of scripts and then we're gonna go to the Apocrypha, and then it actually breaks down your discernment of friends, how you can tell who's your friend and who's your foe. We just seen a couple verses in the Old Testament.
How we looking, everybody? We there? Job chapter 2, starting at verse 11. Now when Job's 3 friends heard of all this evil that had come upon him.
Right, so I remember Job lost all his children. He lost all his children, right? In a house fire. He lost all his children. And all his friends heard about it, right? Come on.
And all these friends heard all this evil that had come upon him.
Right.
They came every one from his own place.
Right.
Eliphaz, the Temanite, and Bildad, the Shuhite, and so forth, the Zamatite. For they had made an appointment together to come mourn with him and to comfort him.
To do what?
Comfort him.
They said, look, they all left what they had to do. They all came and made an appointment. Said, look, tomorrow we're going to go sit with Job and we're going to mourn and comfort Job. How many of us will drop everything that we got going on and go comfort your brother in the time of need? It's like, look, we come up with excuses not to go and mourn and comfort our brothers, knowing or sisters, knowing that they didn't lost a loved one or been through whatever they done been through. We say we pray for one another, but do we really pray for one another? Do we really sit and actually pray for one another? Come on.
Verse 12. And when they lifted up their eyes afar off and knew him not, they lifted up their voice and wept. And they rent every one of his mantle.
Right.
There they go to renting again. Every one of his mantle. And sprinkled dust upon their heads toward heaven. And if you hear me kind of talking about that, remember I talked about, have any of us ever activated our full prayer power? We know which way to turn. We know the hours of prayer, and I send that out again. We know turn towards Jerusalem. We know women head covered, men head uncovered. But understand, when these men knew that they needed to deeply call upon the power, you saw it in the book of Maccabees since it's the Feast of Dedication. What did Mattathias and his sons do? Rent their garment, dust and ashes on your head, and prostrate to the ground. Activate your and watch things happen. You starting to see, I want y'all to pay attention, why I keep bringing it back up every time we run across. Now, I didn't know this man planned this lesson, but look how it fall in the same platform, in the same pattern. When you want to activate your full prayer power, activate it with fast. You got to turn toward the east, the hands wrapped, lifted, or if you down like this, you know what I'm talking about? Rent your garment, put on sackcloth, no dust or ashes, you know what I'm saying? And activate the power that you ain't never seen before. When y'all do it, y'all gonna come back and tell me, Nehemiah did it. And you ain't going to tell me, it's gonna show all over you anyway. All right, so we're at verse 13.
Come on.
So they sat down with him upon the ground 7 days and 7 nights, and none spake a word unto him. So they saw that his grief was very great.
Look how much love that his friends had for him. They sat down there with him for 7 days and 7 nights. They sat down there with him for a whole week. Nowadays, somebody tell you come over for just an hour and a half just to mourn with him. We don't go. We say, hey, look, I'm going to pray for him. They
said a word and never actually even pray.
All right, and may not even pray, but they sat down there and mourned with this man for 7 days. That's a whole week.
Gave up their livelihood, went to him, mourned with him. They ain't holler at him. What they do? They holler at the Most High. You see what I'm saying? They petition the one who can take care of all this. Sit and then look. Sometimes it ain't even about saying. You ever just had a friend that you seen that was going through, or you going through something, and sometimes just a hug. You know what I'm saying? Our brother Yah Kelly, when he got hit with that spirit last night, he broke it. Look, anybody tell me? Oh, just comfort your brother. Sit there with him. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to just sit there with him. And that's why you have to be careful of the company you keep, because what type of spirits you letting around you. That's another thing you can see in this. They didn't say nothing, just sat with him. But they were his friends, and this lesson gonna reveal in the deeper parts. I already know where you're going. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What a friend is. Let's get it. We want to go next.
We're gonna jump down to Sirach chapter 7. All right, so now we finna go into. So how we do this again, bro?
Oh, okay. So you go over to the Apocrypha. You already sharing your screen, right? Oh,
no.
Okay. So you share screen. Right here. Click on the screen. Hit the share. Then you should be already there. Then you go right here to your Apocrypha.
Okay. Cool.
Then type in whatever you need to type in.
All right, so now we finna see
the
characteristics of true friends.
There it is. And if any of y'all ain't got no Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus after class, if y'all don't have the Apocrypha on your phones, we got somebody at the door. If y'all don't have it on your phones, I help y'all get it on your phones. Vision, if you and your family need access to the Wi-Fi, bring me the phones or tablets, whatever y'all got. I can put that in there for y'all while y'all in here, so y'all can have access. You know, so definitely. All right, so we're going to Sirach or Ecclesiasticus.
Right.
What chapter again?
What's it? 7.
7. All right, gotcha. Starting in verse 12. So Ecclesiasticus chapter 7, verse 12. If you don't have it, that's why we want to make sure you got the Wi-Fi so you can follow us on the YouTube, and that way you can at least read it on your screen as we scroll here. But if not, you don't have it, you know, just listen, then you always have access to the rebroadcast. You can go back and check these things out. Make a note, you know. All right. There you go, brother.
I get you.
Yeah, because you was a pro with that.
I get you. All right.
Oh, you got them little fingers.
Yeah, I got the little fingers.
Little fingers.
I get you. All right, come on. Sirach chapter 7, verse 12.
All right. So we had Sirach chapter 7, verse 12. Devise not a lie against thy brother.
Against who?
Thy brother.
Right.
Neither do the like to thy friend.
So look, don't come up with lies about your brothers, nor about what? Thy friends.
And they two separate people.
Right.
And what commandment are you breaking when you're going into that?
All of them.
Which one specific?
Love thy neighbors thyself.
Well, yeah, if you love them, you wouldn't do that at all. But there's a commandment that talks about not bearing false witness.
Oh, right? Yeah.
Yes, not bearing false witness. Because here's what happens, man. When you realize, when you start going against your brother or your friend, trip off how many commandments you break. I mean, just ever think about the last thing you did. You know, listen, we all done played the part we talked about somebody. We did. We all played the part we've been talked about. You see what I'm saying? Just think about being there where you are now, walking in this truth, whether it's new or old or in the middle. And just look at it. And the whole thing we should always do a lot is reflect, evaluate, you know what I'm saying? And make what? Straight. You see what I'm saying? So, all right. So, verse 13. Use not to make any manner of lie, for the custom thereof is not good.
Right, because what? Lying is from Satan, right? That's his custom. He was a liar since what? The beginning. And lying, he considered that a custom. Come on.
Use not many words in a multitude of elders, and make not much babbling when thou prayest. Hate not laborious work, neither husbandry, which the Most High hath ordained.
Come on.
Number not thyself among the multitude of sinners. Remember we said that last night? Stop making covenants with Satan, talking about I am a sinner. You know what I'm saying? Have I sinned? Have I committed sin? Will I most likely probably fall in sin again? Maybe so, but don't make a covenant calling yourself sinners, because sinner is one who breaks the law of God, one who practice lawlessness. Now, any of us claim to be followers of Elohim, do we practice lawlessness? No. It's like if I'm a driver, I'm one who drives, right? If I'm a fighter, I'm the one who fights. If I'm a sinner, I'm the one who sins. I'm not claiming that. Why are we claiming something that we should not be? When the Bible tells you if the seed of God be in you, you cannot sin. Oh, man, you ain't perfect, but ain't you commanded to be perfect in the Torah? Be ye perfect. The reason why y'all can't get where y'all want to be, and I ain't saying where nobody is and where I'm at, I'm not even on there, I'm just saying, the reason why we can't do anything that we do is because we've been taught that we can't.
Right.
That's the part we're trying to get everybody to break past, that I can't. You know what I'm saying? So once we understand that we have the power to do all things through Christ that strengthen me, is it ink on paper, or do you believe? Let this mind be in you that's in who? Christ Jesus. Christ can do all things, right? He said, greater works you can do because I go to the Father. If it was not so, I would not have said.
And then it's like the power that he actually gave his disciples. He actually called them friends, going back to what we were saying earlier.
Man,
like he gave them all this power to heal the sick, cast out devils, raise the dead, because he entrusted these men to do it. And he tested these men, and he gave them the power to do it.
All right.
Hold it though.
You want to hold it?
Yeah, we're going to Sirach 19.
Sirach 19 real quick.
Yeah. We'll do 8.
I'll read it off your screen.
Okay.
So I can hold this spot. So you want to go to Sirach 19 real quick.
So we're going to go to Sirach chapter 19. We're going to start in verse 8. No, you might as well read all that because we don't read it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You remember we had 16.
Yeah.
All right. So Sirach 19. Start at verse 8. All right. Sirach chapter 19, verse 8. Whether it be friend or foe,
right,
talk not of other men's lives.
Come on.
And if thou canst without offense, reveal them not. For he heard and observed thee, and when time cometh, he will hate thee.
Come on.
If thou hast heard a word, let it die with thee, and be bold. It will not burst thee. So
look, nowadays, every time somebody want to tell you something, they want to tell you something about somebody else's lives, right? The Most High said, look, if somebody tell you anything, whether it be friend, your enemy, your friend or foe, which is your enemy, still don't tell that to nobody else. Let it die with you. It's not going to burst to get out, but nowadays, everybody can't wait to tell what somebody else is doing.
Can't hold water.
Can't hold water. It said whether it be friend or foe. Come on.
All right. Verse 11, we're still in Sirach 19, or Ecclesiasticus 19. A fool travaileth with a word, as a woman in labor of a child.
You know how a woman is when she got a baby, she can't wait to get this baby up out her system, out her body. That's how it is with a fool with words. He can't wait to tell somebody. He can't wait to tell somebody. He waiting for somebody to call him so he can tell him what he just heard, what happened last night or the day before about somebody else's life.
Straight up, man. Verse 12. As an arrow that sticketh in a man's thigh, so is a word within a fool's belly.
Right, he can't wait to get it out.
Right? You can't wait to get that.
All right, you just can't. You get. I've been shot. Just like, look, got shot in the ankle. Couldn't wait for them to heal my ankle. That's how it is with somebody who got a word in their mouth. They can't wait to get it out. Come on.
Straight up. Verse 13. Admonish a friend.
Right.
It may be he has not done it, and if he have done it, then he do it no more.
So look, even if it's your friend who done it, you still warn your friend. When you look at the word warn, it's like you just warn your friend. It could be that he ain't even done it, but somebody don't like him and they saying that he done it. All right. It might come to pass that he haven't even done it. So verse 14 says what?
Admonish thy friend. It may be he has not said it.
Right.
And if he have, that he speak it not again.
So look, admonish means warn. Warn your friend. Like, look, if he said it, let him know. Like, look, don't ever say that again. Come on, verse 15. You okay?
So it's just like, you know what, like you see some people's doing something. It ain't that they actually did. Hey man, I don't think it's good that sitting there thinking about what you're thinking about or doing what you're doing or finna do. You know what I'm saying? You know your people. You know what I'm saying? You know if you with your partner, he got that trigger finger.
No.
You know what he do. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, look, man, we gotta come up off for that, bro. We just can't be, you know what I'm saying, what we used to be on. You know what I'm saying? You see somebody be on that, man, oh man, I'm about to get on this little gal. Man, look, man, we ain't supposed to be making whores and sodomites and prostitutes out of the daughter of Zion. We can't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? So admonish your friend, you know what I'm saying? And even that he did it, but then also if your light shine, guess what? Like when my friend came up here the other day, he's like, man, I've been hearing that Big J that changed. He said, man, I've been hearing that all through the streets. I said, I had to come and see it for myself. He said, all praise.
All praises, though.
So verse 15, admonish a friend, for many times it is a slander.
It is a what?
It is a slander, and believe not every tale.
So like most of the time, it's not true. It's just naysaying, just somebody slandering this person's name because look, God is with this person. Just like we were just reading about David and Saul. God was with David and Saul was jealous and he was trying to kill David.
Verse 17.
I'm gonna hold there.
Okay.
Sirach 22.
Sirach 22. Yeah. All right.
Is it Helo?
Nah, he asked is the hero. Did I ask that class first started?
Yeah, it was sweaty bullets. Yo, I'm good, bro.
Don't just funny that you said it like it's the hero. Can you get this right quick? Just break it down. All praises.
What's this? First. I guess, bro. I'm gonna go. What is the first Samuel? What? All right.
We're gonna start at
verse 20. Yeah.
All right. So we're in Sirach chapter 22, verse 20. Whosoever casteth a stone at the bird, frays them away.
Right.
And he that upbraideth his friend breaketh friendship.
You do what?
Breaketh friendship.
You know how it is. You see birds out in your yard. You take some rocks and you throw the rocks out there, and all the birds just fly away. They just scatter, right? So is he who upbraided. What to say? Upbraided his friends. Break it up. What? Friendship. Come on, verse 21.
Though thou drewest a sword at thy friend,
right,
yet despair not, for there may be a return to favor.
Come on. But who do you get that return favor from?
Most High.
The Most High.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, we want to take vengeance into our own hands.
And then you gotta be careful too, man, because the Bible says if you hate your brother without a cause,
you're a murderer.
And no murderer has no part in eternal life.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Love on them. And look, sometimes you gotta love them enough just to let them go.
Yeah.
Why is you holding on to cancerous relationships, cancerous friendships? We've been reading all week. Table of devil, table of Lord. You can't be at both of them. You can't serve two masters. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's hard, man. You probably, you got a whole lot of homeboys, homegirls, I had a plethora of that. My brother put me in the hot seat 2 days ago. Hey, knee, tighten up. That's love. He ain't hurting me by telling me to tighten up. He said, bro, they talking about you. But then I'm watching him get right back in your face and be like, Shalom, bro, what's good? And then he got the evidence to show it. See, look, bro, look. Talking all about you. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's love. That's the same thing you heard with Jonathan and David earlier we was talking about. Listen, man. How you be cool with somebody that's still keeping pagan culture? I'm talking about the upgrade of your calling. Still keep pagan culture. Still keep Halloween and Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Well, girl, do you mind if I buy him a gift? You don't love me. If you ask, can you buy my child a gift? You know I ain't in this walk.
Right.
You don't love me. You don't respect my God, and that means you don't respect me. When David had an issue with somebody that went against his God, you had a serious issue with David.
Yeah. Serious
issue with David. We should be that way, man. Everybody come up to you and say, hi, friend, ain't your friend. Yeah. How many times the Negro gonna learn?
Y'all hold it down there, back down there by the bathroom.
How many times that we then sat here with our historical so-called enemy, And no matter how much job he bring you, how much cash he help you make, no matter what credit score he help you evolve to, in the end, he gonna still let you know you are what? Okay, I seen the miles move.
Right.
You gonna know. Stop trying to be friends with everybody who really ain't friends with you.
Yeah.
And then the one, this the killer part. Those ones that walk this walk with you, you be ready to cut them off and chop their heads off a block. But your homegirl or homeboy call you, get a little beef for him. Guess what you trying to do? Make up and be cool again. What part of the game is that?
Look, Mom.
Everything we should be doing, y'all, is elevating in the spirit, drawing closer to our Elohim and our people. And our people ain't everybody. Israel and Maccabees went off as Gentiles. You had Samaria, their kingdom, and you had Judah and their kingdom, right?
Right.
Still Israel, two separate kingdoms, but one called, Samaria was called what? The Gentiles, the heathens. You see what I'm saying? So we have to understand, y'all, this walk is narrow. And we walk down a narrow path, there's usually only one person at a time, right? At best, single file. But you ain't walking side by side. You have to be ready to walk this walk, even if you walk it by yourself. Your children not worthy. Your husbands and wives not worthy. Your friends or brothers ain't worthy. Only thing is worthy is the Most High. I'm just saying. Because look, all these people you loving on, in that day of judgment, what you going to be mad at God when they don't make it?
Right.
You're going to have to try to make it for yourself. And you know how they was living, so you know if you barely making it, what's the chance they got? You'll be mad at God, well, my son didn't make the kingdom with me. Because your son was wicked as hell. It's just the truth. It's just the Bible, y'all. Have y'all read it? And then what Malaki say?
Yeah, have y'all read it? Right. Have y'all read it?
All right, so we Ecclesiastes 22, verse 22. If thou hast opened thy mouth against thy friend,
Against who?
thy friend,
Come on.
fear not, for there may be a reconciliation,
Right.
except for upbraiding
Right.
or pride
Right.
or disclosing of
Or
secrets,
what?
disclosing of secrets, or a treacherous wound. For
these.
these things, every friend will depart.
You know
And
how?
a treacherous wound is a wound that's death worthy.
Yeah, death worthy. Or somebody telling your secrets, man. You will no longer trust that person ever
You'll never
again.
do it again.
You'll never trust that person again. You don't want to be around that person ever again. You'll never trust them, right? Just hold that. Just gonna hit a second witness, and then we're gonna jump right back to this. Sirach 27, 16 through 17.
I'll give you your Bible. I'll get that yours. That way I can keep it right there. 27, 16, 17.
The 16 and 17.
Boy, I need them bifocal lights. All right. Verse 16. Whoso discovereth secrets,
Whosoever what?
discovereth secrets,
Right.
loses his credit.
It's credit.
Credit. Boy, I'm blind as that thing. I'm going on my own phone.
I try to tell him.
Boy, I tried to told you. Boy, what I say? Read it.
Right. He said edit it. I was like, what you talking about?
I
read it. It says, whoso discovers secrets loseth his credit and shall never find a friend to his mind. Say, love thy friend and be faithful unto him. But if thou be relish his secrets, follow him no more. For as a man had destroyed his enemy, so hast thou lost the love of thy neighbor. So when you start to tell your brother or your sister secrets, it's then you know, like, don't follow that person ever again, because what, you would never be able to trust them again.
That's right.
Never be able to trust that person again. What you say, sis? Yeah, it's the truth. Look, it's the word. It's the word of God. Okay, told us. It's like, look, we not supposed to. And then it's like you entrust this person with everything. You telling this person all your secrets. This person know everything about your past.
Over there in that corner.
And then he go and tell everybody your secrets. That's that treacherous room. Come on, verse 23. We're gonna go back. Yeah,
I'm over there.
Okay.
So we went back, y'all, to Ecclesiasticus on Sirach 22, and we have verse 23. Be faithful. You just talking about that. Yeah. Be faithful to thy neighbor in his poverty.
Right.
That thou mayest rejoice in his prosperity.
Come on. So when your brother or your friend said his lowest estate, right? You be faithful to that person. Even if this person ain't got a dime in the world, right? You still be faithful to him. So when he do prosper, you can rejoice because he got your back. They're just like the Messiah. He said, look, you've been faithful this little bit.
A few things.
And I get all this for you.
That's how I go though, man.
Yeah.
And then look, we talked about this Jeff's way. Man, I love how these feasts be lining up and these words and his spirit be lining up right. Why any of us sit over and talk about how full our deep freeze is? And there's somebody on the street just as hungry.
Yeah.
What did you see when you read the book of Tobit when they was keeping the feast of Pentecost, right? And they couldn't get to Jerusalem. So he said, look, go out and find anybody else that's serious about keeping the laws of God and bid them to come and eat.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? When Christ said this, was I hungry? Did you feed me? When I was naked, did you clothe me? The Great Commission is to be brotherly and loving on our neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
That we actually should not have no homeless. And again, because we've been cursed with capitalistic mindsets.
Yeah.
You ain't secure until you made your bag.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Fact of the matter is, if you got a house of 5 rooms, and it shouldn't be no playroom for the children if it's homeless people out there, especially if it's homeless people that's so-called. And isn't this true for us around? You got a room for the children? Yeah, it's the children playroom.
They got outside.
But it's people that, you know what I'm saying? But it's people that's on the street that's a part of this assembly. Now, that's a disservice to Yahweh. Like, we have to start testing each other and charging one another to love one another again. You know what I'm saying? Like, actually, like how Paul charged his brothers and his friends. He charged them. Hey, I need this done. No ifs, ands, buts about it. And if you're a true friend, it don't no matter what you got going on, you should be able to sacrifice to get that done. That's what true brotherly love and true friendship is. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It is.
It is. So, like, example, you know, our sister right here, Whitney, right? No matter what happened, they know, everybody know they had the house fire, they was put out of their house or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? At that point, doors should open.
Right.
I mean, they good because they had a large family. But then even look, after losing everything, right? The fellowship came in and poured their love in them, you know, where they could financially. And then look, no matter what they going through, guess what? Still bring food and still help and still serve and help edify the body. Hallelujah. That's how the body of believers is supposed to move.
Yeah.
It ain't never about myself. And when you're going through something, call somebody. Yeah. When you hurting, reach out. And let another brother, if we don't do nothing but just do like what just happened with Job, we don't do nothing but just pray for you and just sit with you. We ain't got to talk. Because you're probably going through we'll sit with you. Right. You had never got to be doing this by yourself.
And that's the whole thing, man. You got to be there for your brothers and your sisters. Let them know, look, I got your back through thick and thin. Whenever I lay my life down for you. It's like, yeah.
Straight up.
You know what? Yeah, I know I got to go to work. Look, I'm just call off. What you want me to do? All right, I got you, bro. You want me to help you move? Like, man, a prime example with this brother. Man, look, me and my blood brother, I was moving. My blood brother lived with me. And I'm moving out the crib. And it's the day of me moving. And I'm like, hey, bro, you going to help me move? And he living with me. And he like, no, I got things to do. I'm like, dang. Bro, I didn't let you
living with you.
And you living with me. I let you live in my crib. So in my head, I'm like, I would never let you live with me again. I would never let you live with me again. He called me like, bro, where you at? I said, I'm at the house. I'm trying to get everything together. And I'm venting. And he was on his way to class to teach class. I said, bro, I ain't gonna be able to go today. I look up, so this big red truck coming down the street. He pull up in the driveway. I said, what's up?
And we moving?
He said, we moving, ain't we?
We moving.
I said, yeah, bro. I said, look, man, my brother wanted to help me move. He grabbed me and gave me a hug. He said, your brother is helping you move. I said, no, he can't, bro. He left. I said, he left. And he looked at me. He said, I'm helping you move. And, man, I could have cried. I was like, hey, all praises.
All praises.
It's like, look, he laid down his life for me. He said, look, I got you, bro. No matter what, I got you. I'm here. And straight help me move with my blood brother with me.
But can you get that Matthew 12:49?
Us being in captivity and us fighting this spiritual war we fighting and being up against these dark principalities, it takes that. We have to be extremely good friends to one another. Take it to the extreme. Yeah. If somebody's at that door, it should be brothers breaking their necks trying to open it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody need help picking up some water. It should be brothers breaking their necks trying to pick up this one bottle of water. That's what we need. We need a extreme friendship in this time, because at the end of the day, we all got to pass back under that ride and go back through this wilderness. We gonna need each other. You know what I'm saying? We gonna need it.
Right.
We gonna need each other. You know what I'm saying? Wars and rumors of wars. It said that we're gonna be delivered up for his name's sake. You know what I'm saying? It's a war coming, y'all. It's a war coming for us.
Yeah, for us.
So how can we fight that war back if we separated and we don't even love each other correctly?
We can't.
We can't.
Right.
And the scripture told us, gather yourselves together, Israel people, that's not desired before that great and terrible day of the Lord.
Yeah, and love starts at home, y'all.
Yeah, so that the
It starts
crib.
at home. Yeah, I agree, bro.
I got a quick precept for that, right? Because I want y'all to really understand what this was being said. Not saying y'all didn't, but just to really, really understand is that your brother is her.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I'm going to go and give you the words of Messiah, not NehemiYAH, Messiah. So if you want to write this down, I'll read it. Matthew chapter 12, 47 through 50.
Oh, praise.
Man. Because Jesus was speaking, right? Yahushua was speaking, right? And the one came to him saying, look, then he one said to him, behold, hey, thy mother and brother stand without, desiring to speak to you, right? Look what Jesus said. But he answered and said unto them that told him, who is my mother? Who is my brother? Read verse 49. Emar gets it.
What do you say?
I see a head shaking. Emar gets it. And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples and said, now he made it a group lesson. Behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is heaven, the same is my brother, sister, and mother. So his physical brother ain't doing the will of the Father. His spiritual brother, according to Christ, he just told you who his family is. Those who do the will of my Father. So again, back when we were talking earlier, you hang with them carnal people and wonder why things still ain't popping off the way you need in your life. Especially when the Bible tells you can't be at the table of the Lord and the table of devils.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You be the reason why you block your own blessings.
Like you, right? Most definitely. At the end of the day, you are your own enemy.
Yeah.
Sirach 37.
Yeah.
Right.
You are your own enemy, man. Once we get out of our own way and do the will,
once we get out of our own way,
once we get out of our own way and do the will of the Father and not the will of ourselves, you'll get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got to destroy your ego just to master the will.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the ego and that pride sit right side by side. Start at verse 1.
Yeah, Sirach chapter 37, verse 1.
Hallelujah. Well, y'all look good out here, fam. Y'all must have heard about some bowling or something, boy. You Hebrews poured up, boy.
All praise.
All praise. But look, this is where your love comes in and it goes. So again, total about for all y'all arms, because it makes stuff like this possible. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people do this out their pocket. That'd be their way of, tied, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. They two tithers, And then we've got our brother, our family in Vision, his family in from out of town, all praises. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Indiana in the building. Indianapolis. Yeah. Yeah. Boy, with bulletproof lens that by Brother Ed and the family, which is all our family, all family. Got him and his lovely wife and children, all praises. So yeah, definitely y'all too help yourselves, Or most likely somebody brings something though. Me, I would have ran up there and took it back.
Don't let me get started.
I'm done. Ecclesiastes 37, verse 1.
Come on.
Every friend saith.
Every what?
Every friend saith.
Come on.
I am his friend also.
Right. Hey, y'all calm it down over there in that corner around that table. Calm it down.
Babe.
Too loud. Y'all too loud. Calm it down.
Every friend saith, I am his friend also.
Right.
But there is a friend.
There's a what?
There is a friend.
Right.
Which is only a friend in name.
And look, he said, look, these people are only friends in name.
Ain't that the name of your class?
Name of the class. Look, they not a friend in deed. They just a friend in what? In word.
Name. Yep, in word.
Come on.
Verse 2. Is it not a grief unto death when a companion and friend is turned to an enemy?
Like, that's the deepest cut you ever get. It's like when your friend, a person who you with all the time, becomes what? Your enemy.
Yeah. It most definitely hurt, boy.
It hurts. It's like, look, man, we've been
So thick and thin.
Thick and thin. We went from friend to foes. Friend to foes. That's like one of the treacherous, how you said treacherous? Wounds. Come on.
All right. Verse 3. O wicked imagination.
Come on.
Which camest thou in to cover the earth with deceit.
Come on.
There is a companion which rejoices in the prosperity of a friend.
Right.
But in the time of trouble will be against him.
Like anytime you got a brother, you see it all the time when your brother is up, everybody's with him. He's doing good. Like use corner aspect. When you got the drug dealer in the neighborhood, everybody know he got all the pounds and whatever. Everybody love him then, but soon as he go to jail, he get out. He ain't got no money. Nobody is around. When you up, everybody's with you. But when you down, nobody is to be found.
You see that with Job. When Job was you going there?
No, go ahead.
When Job was stricken and he was dealing, and the Most High was dealing with him, and Satan came against him. Notice how all his friends turned their back on him and was trying to get him to curse Yahweh at his lowest. But when he was all good, Job was one of the richest men in the world in his period. It was all cool. Everybody was around him. He was the intercessor of his household. He killing fatty calves. He drinking. They kicking it. Man, soon as Satan started tempting him, and he started losing everything. Notice how his friends fled from him and mocked him. And we see that going around a lot. And it shows you where people's heart are. You know what I'm saying? If you cool with me because I got it, and then when I ain't got it no more, you're not around no more, then that shows me how vain you are anyway, and you don't need to be a part of this covenant or union I got going on anyway. Straight up.
That's what it is. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 5. There is a companion which helpeth his friend for the belly.
For the what?
For the belly.
Come on.
Or the gain. And taketh up the buckler against the enemy.
Come on.
Forget not thy friend in thy mind.
And now what?
Forget thy friend in thy mind.
You always have to remember all the good acts that your friend done for you. Always remember those. Nowadays, we don't remember the bad things.
Yeah.
We don't never remember the good things he ever done. Man, like he ain't never stole from me. When I was sick, he healed me. Right? When I was going through whatever with my wife, he was there for me. This person has always been there for you. He said, never forget him in your mind.
And that'll keep back a lot of friend relationship breakups, arguments and everything. If you just rehearse the good things that happen in y'all lives, you be like, man, what we arguing over, man?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You was the only one that came to my funeral. You blessed me at my wedding. When I ain't had no place to lay my head, I slept down in your basement for almost a year. Why we arguing again?
Right. Why are we arguing again?
That'll cut a whole lot of negative conversations short if we practice this right here. It really would.
Straight up rehearse the righteous acts.
Yeah.
Come on.
Verse 6. Forget not thy friend in thy mind, and be not unmindful of him in thy riches.
You know what?
In thy riches.
So look, it says, and be not unmindful of him in thy riches. Like when you get put on, don't forget about him, right?
Boy,
put him on. So now
that's how it be.
That's how it be. But now we're gonna hit a story showing that this actually happened. Like when are we gonna apply this? So now hold that there. We're gonna go to Daniel chapter 2.
Daniel 2.
Yeah. We're gonna start in verse 36.
Yeah, I got it. We're going to the book of Daniel chapter 2. I'm gonna start at 36. Give me some amens when y'all get there. Type in some nines when y'all get there online. Okay. You said 36, brother.
Yeah, we're gonna start verse 36.
All right, book of Daniel chapter 2. We start at 36. Let me know when y'all make it.
We got 1-9.
All right, hallelujah. Let's get it. All right, it says, this is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king.
Right. So look, this is hold on, let me go here.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's all good. I'm sorry, fam. Let me get it here so we all can be here together. So remember, this Daniel, he's talking to Nebuchadnezzar, right? So he's interpreting these dreams from the Most High to Nebuchadnezzar. I go to the next.
So look, what you do is I would just go up. Where Where is it?
I know.
Go up here to quick nav, boom, and then it pull up everything.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Daniel,
Yeah, quick nav.
Whatever verse you want to start at.
Oh, okay. Learn something every day.
Yeah, you got the shortcuts on lock.
Then,
Yeah, see.
let me know when you blow it up. Just do this. Spread it apart. Yeah, I'm just going up. All right, 36, right?
Yeah, 36.
All right, boom.
Okay. So look, this is Daniel. He's interpreting this dream to Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar was having these dreams, and he needed somebody to interpret the dreams. So he got Daniel to interpret these dreams. Come on.
All right. It says, "This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king.
All right.
Thou, O king, art the king of kings, art a king of kings. For the God of heaven have given thee a kingdom, power, and strength, and glory."
So look, this is Nebuchadnezzar, right? And he's getting power, strength, and glory from the Most High God, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Verse 38. "And wheresoever the children of man dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowl of the heaven have given unto thy hand,
Right.
and have made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold."
So right, so he's breaking down this body that Nebuchadnezzar was having this dream of. Come on.
"And after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee,
Right.
and another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth.
Come on.
And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdueth all things. And as iron that breaketh all things shall it break in pieces and bruise.
Come on.
And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of the potter's clay and part of the iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron. For as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with the merry clay, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And whereas there sawest iron mixed with merry clay,
Right.
that shall mingle themselves with the seed of man, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay.
Verse 44. Come on.
And in the days of these kings shall God of heaven set up a kingdom, which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all the kingdoms, and it shall stand forever."
So now look, this is Daniel breaking down this dream, right? Breaking down this dream to Nebuchadnezzar, telling him like, look, this is what this body represents, right? This man, he got all these different pieces on his body. This is what each thing represents. Nebuchadnezzar didn't understand, right? So he had to go to him like, man, look, I'm keep having these dreams. What do they mean, right? All the interpretations comes from God. Then, you know, God dealt with certain men on what interpretation.
Yeah.
Just like with Joseph.
Yeah.
Right. That story goes to show you with Joseph, he made friends with these men in jail, right? He made friends with them while he was locked up in prison. One of them ended up getting out of jail and he forgot about Joseph. Then, you know, like when some of your people get released or get in a higher position, they forget about you. They forget about you.
All right, verse 45. "For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great God have made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter.
Right.
And the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. Then the king Nebuchadnezzar fell upon his face and worshiped Daniel.
Right.
And worshiped Daniel, and commanded that he should offer an oblation and sweet odors unto him."
So look, now you got the king Nebuchadnezzar. He's bowing himself down to Daniel. He said, look, ain't nobody ever interpret no dream like that. If that's what's going to happen, then that's what it is. So he bowed himself down to Daniel. Come on.
"The king answered Daniel and said, Of a truth,
Right.
It is that your God is a God of gods,
Come on.
and a Lord of kings, and a revealer of secrets, seeing thou couldst reveal this secret."
Right.
Then the king made Daniel a great man.
He did what?
He made Daniel a great man.
Right, so he put Daniel on high, right? He gave him a high position, right?
Right.
Come on.
And then the king made Daniel a great man and gave him many gifts.
Come on.
and made him a ruler over the province of Babylon, and chief of the governors over all the wise men of Babylon.
What did Daniel say? Come on.
And Daniel requested of the king,
right?
And he set Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego over the affairs of the province of Babylon.
Right.
But Daniel sat in the gate of the king.
So look, Daniel, when he got on high, when he got put on, he did what?
He went and set his friends free and put them on. He put his friends on.
He put his friends on. Just like, look, do we have that kind of mindset? When we get put on, do we set our friends up?
Or we looking out for one another?
Or do we just do it for ourselves? Like, look, you just gotta get it by yourself. Like, no, when he got put on, he looked back and said, look, not just me, put them on too.
Yeah, that's deep. He sure set them up, didn't he?
Straight set them up.
And other nations figured it out. How many times y'all went out there and saw them long garden business? Used to be little old white men out there and all that nice, the whole fleet of
Mexicans.
Or you go to a restaurant, used to be a Chinese restaurant. The only thing the Chinese doing is working with friend, getting your money. Everybody that's cooking now and serving is Mexican.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How you go to these telemarketing companies and it used to be all black, white, or whatever in there. Now the whole thing is Indian people in there.
Yeah.
Other nations figure out how to put their people on. Negro, that everything. I got mine, got to get yours. They made a song about it.
Yeah, I just say they made a whole song about it. And we go off, our whole vibe get put off what songs, man.
Yeah.
The energy that the songs put off, man, we start to manifest them.
Yeah, I remember even though Flint water is still messed up, y'all, they reached out to Floyd Mayweather because he's from Detroit. But he's not from that particular area in Flint. You know what I'm saying? Man, this dude is damn near, man, he's a billionaire. You know what this man said when they asked him to help out? He got so much money, they said that he can restore the water, the sewage, the pipes, all of that in Flint over 100 times, and still it wouldn't even put a dent in his pocket. You know what he said? He said, F them in Flint. I ain't from there. They ain't help me train. They ain't help me fight fights. They ain't help me knock out who I knocked out. They went sweating in the gym late nights. This what this nigga said. I ain't gonna call him a Negro.
Right.
You see that? So
all
don't be like
the
that.
White woman on his own.
Yeah. That's deep though, man. I'm saying
it's crazy, man.
Yeah. If fool his money shall depart. Straight up. All right, what we at next,
what?
bro?
Yeah, man. I always knew it was something about Floyd Mayweather. I just never knew.
Boy, he don't look out for nobody but himself. Literally. All right, what we got going on next, brother?
All right, we're gonna go to Genesis chapter 18.
Genesis 18.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to the book of Genesis chapter 18, family. Where you want me to start at?
16.
We're gonna start at 16. Say amen when y'all get there. Type in some nines when y'all get there, family.
I'm looking at that boy. Y'all can tell Hebrews eating, boy. It's quiet.
Right.
Crunching.
Yeah, all you do is hear is crunching.
Crunching.
Oh, yeah, we there.
Y'all some crunch lights.
And don't get this food started.
So we're in Genesis 18, starting at 16, right?
Yeah.
All right, it says, and these men rose up from thence,
right,
and looked towards Sodom. And Abram went with them to bring them on the way. And Yahweh said, shall I hide Abram that thing which I do, seeing that Abram shall surely become a great mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. For I know him.
What?
For I know him.
Said, look, the Most High says he knows Abraham. He said, look, I'm not going to hide nothing from him because this is what? My friend. Your friend tells you everything, just like Jonathan. He told David, look, my daddy is trying to kill you. He could have kept it a secret, but he didn't.
Yeah.
The Most High just said, look, should I hide this from Abraham? For I know him.
And this lets you know the reason why he came and visit him. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh and his only begotten son just don't come visit your household unless you in order, unless he know you.
Right.
So check this out. For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him. And they shall keep the way of Yahweh to do justice and judgment. And Yahweh may bring upon Abram that which he have spoken of him.
So look, do we have our house in order like Abraham, to where the Most High can come visit us? Because our house is in order. Our children are what? Obeying God's laws, statutes, and commandments. If they not doing it, guess what? They mean we not doing it.
Yeah.
Because they following us.
Yeah.
If your children lying, they learn it from you.
Yeah.
Your children being the seafood, they learn it from you.
So nowadays, a parent want to whoop a child for lying to him, but you just gave him Christmas.
Yeah, that makes no sense at all. Yeah. But like, who else is they getting it from? Unless you got them in like public schools.
Right. Oh yeah, they learn. Oh yeah.
And even at that point, that's your fault too, because why you got them surrounded by the enemy?
You know, Malcolm X talked about that. He said, "Do you think that Gazelle would take his child to a cheetah to learn anything?"
Nah, the gazelles be dead.
Be dead. That's what I'm saying. Would the prey take his child to the predator to learn anything?
Yeah.
That was Malcolm X talked about that.
That's unwise.
Makes sense. But even if this case, you know what I'm saying? Like I got one of my children, my oldest daughter, and she had to go through all that in school, you know what I'm saying? Because back then they were serving the pork and all that. I had to go in there and do that. She did that for her children now. Nothing changed. 2 decades apart, you know what I'm saying? Nothing changed. She had to do the same thing now. And then on top of that, like the Pledge of Allegiance, we didn't do that.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't do that. They tried to kick her out of school. She said, "Daddy about to kick me out of school." I said, "For what?" She said, "I'm on my way."
No, it is what it is.
It got that handled real quick. When she graduated, and I got a whole lot of people. You know, my mom said, "You did good for one man." Did a lot. So we sitting there, man, the whole state, everybody in there sitting up, and people looking around like, "Why y'all ain't up?" I'm asking, "Why y'all up?" But I'm telling you, man, you have to be serious. But look, give your children this meat. So if you have to put them in school, they be ready to call that thing wicked when they see it.
Most
You
definitely.
know what I'm saying?
Like,
but you gotta gird them up, y'all.
You have to,
because this world is another teacher. It is another teacher.
Okay. What you gonna say, bro?
I lost.
All right. So verse 20, and Yahweh said, "Because of thy cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is come unto me. And if not, I will know." Come on. And the men turned their faces from thence and went toward Sodom. And Abram stood yet before Yahweh. Come on. And Abram drew near and said, "Wilt thou also destroy the righteous with the wicked?"
So look, now you got Abraham praying, right, for
Sodom to be spared.
He's praying for Sodom to be spared, right? He's praying on the behalf.
Verse 24.
Well, you went at Jasmine, did you have something?
Verse 25. Yep.
Yeah.
So we've always heard the saying, I know I get it from my mom, "I'm not your friend." But at the same time, I feel like that also made like my mom my enemy. Not just because we believe totally different, but it was like I could never come to her because she wasn't my friend. Like, when do we let children know? Because like in my house right now, I'm down with that, like letting my children know I'm not your friend in the way that you shouldn't disrespect me, but I'm your friend. Then I want you to come to me. I don't want you to hurt me in the way you would never say anything to me.
Well, the Bible definition of a friend and Babylon definition of a friend is totally different. So when you say, "I'm not your friend, I'm your mama," you speaking in Babylon term. But when you say, "Dang, I need my child to be my friend," of course you speaking in a righteous term. You see what I'm saying? So just don't confuse the two. Of course, never be they friend Babylonian wise. That's how you see mother and daughter going to clubs together, calling each other bees. It's like, this is your mother. You know what I'm saying? No, you would never be your children friend in that way. But friend is, if you got to talk about anything, come unload on me. I'm here for you. Yes, of course. You know what I'm saying? And then if you read in scripture, a friend is better than a brother and a sister all day long. You know what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters turn on each other, but a friend will give his life for his friend. So that's the friend. That's the friend. That's the friendship that he had with Abraham. And look at what Yahweh did to us. He gave his only begotten son for us. You know what I'm saying? So that's a true friend, one who will sacrifice himself for you.
That's why I'm trying to get them to understand I'm not a bestie, but you can come to me.
Right.
Because I don't want it to always be like I want it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be to the point where they think they feel like they my enemy.
No, you're not my. You're. I don't want to be you're not my friend in the Babylonian terminology. I'm your mama. I'll whoop that butt. But of course, in Yahweh terminology, you can come to me as a friend. Of course, I get it. You just gotta separate the two. That's all. Two totally different definitions. Two totally different
You
definitions.
know what I'm saying? Like your daddy told you, I ain't your friend. We can be friend like.
Yeah.
But we're not. I'm not going out and kicking with you. We ain't going to the club. No, just conversation.
Right.
I'm not doing all that with you.
Another thing, write down Sirach chapter 30, sis. Just write this down. Sirach chapter 30, 1 through 13. You got it, sis?
All right, what we at now? It's in Genesis 18, right?
Yeah.
All right, verse 24. We ain't got that long, y'all.
Right.
It says, peradventure, there be 50 righteous within the city. Wilt thou also destroy and not spare the place of 50 righteous that are therein?
All right, so look, you got Abraham, he's praying to the Most High for his people, right? For the righteous people. How many of us are actually praying to the Most High for each other? Actually praying for one another. Here it is, he's praying for a whole city. One person asks you to pray for him, and you like, no, I ain't gonna pray for him. They ain't my brother, they ain't my sister.
Or you be like, yeah, I'm gonna pray for you. You forget to do so.
Right, you forget to do it. The Messiah said, look, pray for your brothers and pray for your enemies. Pray that that the Holy Spirit come upon them to show them all their wicked ways, so they can turn back to what?
Yeah, righteousness.
Come on.
All right, it says, that be far from thee to do after this manner,
Come on.
to slay the righteous with the wicked, and that the righteous should be as the wicked. There be far from thee. Shall not the judge of all the earth do right?
Come on.
And Yahweh said, if I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, then I will spare all the place for their sakes.
Come on.
And Abram answered and said, behold, now I have taken upon me to speak unto Yahweh, which I am but dust and ashes. Peradventure there shall lack 5 of the 50 righteous.
So now look, his number is getting smaller and smaller. He went from 50, now he's jumping down to what, 45?
Yeah.
Come on.
It said the city for the lack of 5. And he said, if I find there 40 and 5, I will not destroy it.
Come on.
And he spake unto him yet again and said, peradventure there shall be 40 found there. And he said, I will do not it for 40 sakes. And he said unto him, oh, let not Yahweh be angry, and I will speak. Peradventure there should be 30 be found there. And he said, I will not do it if I find 30 there. And he said, behold now, I have taken upon me to speak unto Yahweh. Peradventure there shall be 20 found there.
And look, he started off with 50, now he's down to 20. Come on, that number getting smaller and smaller, but it goes to show you the prayers of a righteous man availeth many.
Yeah,
it's an example. Like he's actually praying for a city. He's praying for a straight city. Come on.
It says, and he said, I will not destroy it for 20's sake. And he said, oh, let not Yahweh be angry, and I will speak ye but this once. Peradventure 10 shall be found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 10's sake.
Come on.
And Yahweh went his way. As soon as he had let communing with Abraham, and Abraham returned to his place.
But we know 10 people didn't come out of there that was righteous.
Yeah.
And their city was destroyed.
Yeah. They let you know, boy. We got to get our stuff together, boy.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
What you want me in there?
It's in the Bible. Ecclesiastes cuss 9, 8 through 10.
All right.
We just got this, and then we're going to get up out of here.
We got one more, y'all. Ecclesiasticus 12.
Well, we got 2 more of this, and then we're going to go to Matthew chapter 15.
We're going to Ecclesiasticus or Ecclesiastes?
Steve.
Okay.
Chapter 9.
All right, chapter 9.
Yeah.
We're going to start at
verse 8. Let me get that.
All right, we in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 8.
Let me get that with you.
Y'all go sit down somewhere. Don't be running around. You want me to start at, brother?
We're going to start in verse 8.
All right, so we in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 8. It says, let thy garments be always white, and let thy head lack no ointment. Live joyfully with thy wife whom thou lovest all the days of thy life, and of thy vanity, which he hath given thee under the sun, all the days of thy vanity. For that is thy portion in this life, and in thy labor which thou takest under the sun. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with all thy might. But there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave where thou goest.
Hold her. I definitely that's not where I wanted to go. So forgive me, family.
Oh,
I'm sure like that don't sound right.
Them still daggers though.
Right.
Hey, all right, where we going? You just want to move up to the next one?
Yeah, I think it's chapter 8. I think I wrote it down wrong.
Chapter 8.
Yeah.
Still starting at what? 16. So when I applied in my heart to do wisdom and business.
No, it's about a friend. It said don't put away. Long story short, it tells you don't put away your old friend for a new friend. That's what I'm looking for. Forgive me for that. I wrote it down wrong.
It's all good, brother. Ecclesiastes. Right, they all ain't they? Ecclesiastes. Yeah. It's cool. We just moving on.
Right. Yeah, we're just gonna hit this Matthew's chapter 15, verse 13 through 15. We'll come back.
All right, Matthew's 15, verse 13. Let me know when y'all get there. Matthew's 15, verse 13. Here, brother.
Yeah.
All right. It says, but he answered and said, every plant which my heavenly Father have not planted shall be rooted up. Let them alone. Then the blind leaders of the blind, they be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into a ditch. Then answered Peter and said unto him, declare unto us this parable. And Yahushua said, or ye also yet without understanding? Do not ye yet understand that whatsoever entereth in the mouth goeth into the belly, and it is cast out unto a drought? But those things which proceed out of the mouth come forth from the heart, and they defile the man.
Come on, so I was going to what I was going with this right here, going to show you like when we disclose each other's secrets, or when we actually talk about each other, that actually destroys your own temple.
Yeah.
And then we cast spirits upon each other. So look, if we say this, that ain't my friend, that ain't my brother, then that person don't become your brother or your friend because of the spirit that you have put on that brother or that sister. Right, you put a contract on him, so now he's not acting like your brother or your friend because you wrote that contract, you wrote that spirit out. That's why Christ said, look, the words that I speak, they are spirits.
Yeah. We
cause people to be our enemies. Though they be mad at you because of the righteous acts you're doing. I'm not talking about that, but we cause people to be our enemies by the words that we say.
Ecclesiastes 9:10. So you just
brother Kevin back there.
Hallelujah. That's what we got brothers for. It's a good friend.
Good friend.
I'll praise. You want to go anywhere else?
No, that's it for that.
All right, family. We finna go and pray on out. Eat up this food. Yeah. No, that was the class. It wasn't long enough for you?
Yeah, everybody came late.
Y'all did come kind of late. That's not our fault. That's y'all. All right. But no, and what we've been doing is we've been getting straight to the point with these classes, not really lingering them on too long. You know what I'm saying? We notice that it keep y'all attentions there good, and then online as well, they can watch them all the way through. A lot of people like, man, I had to go back and watch that for like 6 days. It was 4 hours long.
It was Malaki.
We blaming that on Malaki. Boy, you went 6 hours one day, boy.
Yeah, man.
6 hours.
And I was the reader.
6 boy, I bet you was mad. What you gonna do is stop screen share? Oh, you already went out?
No.
Hold on.
And that's on that.
Oh, we right here. Boom, there you go. All right, let's go and pray on out. If anybody want their butt kicked in bowling, pool, darts, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I am challenging everybody here. We supposed to be going out to what is it called? Tropicana. You know what I'm saying? So anybody want to get whooped on, you know what I'm saying? Anybody, I'm putting the challenge out here right now.
And I'll send it out in the text, y'all. But as we get, it's a feast week, and we also know the Sabbath is a feast as well. So we got food on fellowship, and then I'm gonna send out the text, and then we're gonna shoot on out.
All right, y'all ready? We're gonna do the Aaronic blessing. If y'all know it, sing it along with me. Your son ain't here. Yeah, where you at, little joke? You better be singing. You better be singing with me too. All right, let's get it. Come on, let's get this prayer out. Yabareka Yahweh Veish Merika Yahweh Pona Elika Vikuneka Yesa Yahweh Panav Elika Ve'asem Laka Shalom Ve'asem Laka Shalom Yabareka Yahweh Ve'ish Merika Yahweh Pona Elika Vikuneka Yesa Yahweh Pona Elika Ve'asem Laka Shalom Ve'asem Laka Shalom. Amen. Hallelujah. 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 The Most High shall bless you. The Most High shall keep you, and He shall shine His face upon you. He will bless you, and He will keep you, and He will partake unto you peace. Hallelujah. 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 Amen. Amen. All praise. All right, family. Man, look, I'm finna go whoop on these guys.
Man, don't listen to the
brother. Bowling. I got my bowling. I got to cut my fingernails. Get my bowling hand ready. Finna go whoop on these guys. Pool, you know. As soon as the sun go down, we finna go live it up for the Most High.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? This is your real son right here, Amir. Young Prince in the building. He feeling better. He all good now. Go on, tell him how you feel.
I feel way better.
He feel way better. You know what I'm saying? Praying over him. His father was in the emergency room praying over him, man. They ain't even finding EOS no more, man. This boy's completely healed. That's the word of Yahweh and the power of the word, y'all. So hallelujah. Nice seeing you too, sister. You finna get up out of here? You ain't coming to ball with us? Okay, next time, sister. Hey, one of you brothers, walk this sister to her car. All right, family, we finna go and get up out of here. Hold on, how you look at the new comments? It ain't working. You messing up stuff, man. What you doing, man? I don't know. It's all good. Look, shalom alaikum, family. Shabbat shalom. Oh, all right. Okay, there it is. Hallelujah, hallelujah. All right, family. Shalom alaikum.